Lesson 18, looking at ratio word problems and similar triangles. Ratio word problems, you're going to find that these are pretty easy if we know how to do the ratio box, which we've done in the past, because it's going to fit right into it. The ratio of Arabians to mixed breeds in the herd was 2 to 17. There's 380 horses in the herd. How many were Arabians? So I'm going to just go ahead and set up in a ratio box. Now with the ratio box, we want to figure out our three categories. We want to look at our three categories, because three categories were just given. And so in this example, it says the ratio of Arabians to mixed breeds. Forget the numbers right now. Arabians is one category. Mixed breeds is another category. If there were 380 horses, horses is our third category, and horses is actually the total. Arabians is a type of horse, and then you have all the other breeds, and then, so horses is referring to our total. So those are our three categories. Now, we have to look at our columns. Okay? Our columns, we're going to have a ratio side and an actual number side, or however you want to look at it, actual number. So let's see what ratio it gives us. It says ratio of Arabians to mixed breeds was 2 to 17. So 2 Arabians, 17 mixed breeds. So what does that tell us about how many horses there are? The horses, in the ratio column, you simply add the 2 and 17 to figure out the total. So the total number in the ratio would be 19. So the ratio of Arabians to horses would be 2 to 19, mixed breeds to horses, 17 to 19, so on. But now we have our ratio column. Then we look at the next sentence. If there were 380 horses in the herd. Okay, so actual number slash this is the herd. It wants to know how many were Arabians. So we look at our 380 horses. We look at our horses row. Actual number is 380. And it wants to know how many were Arabians. Doesn't care about mixed breeds, so nix that one. Nix that row, and then set up a ratio of 2 to 19 equals A over 380. And cross multiply and solve. 380 times 2, 760. 19 times A, or 19A. And then you divide. So the number of Arabians is, put that in my calculator. Number of Arabians is 40. Arabians is 40. And that's how you do ratio word problems. I think that's probably the only example we need to go over there. Just make sure you're plugging things in that ratio box. That's the way I do it. If you can, because this helps, I think, visual learners. If you can just see the problem and know we're doing a 2 to 19 ratio here or whatever, then go for it. More power to you. But I like doing the ratio box format. Let's look at the next concept in this lesson of similar triangles. Now, what does similar mean? Let's get this centered. Similar means same shape, but, and that's a big but, different size. Just kidding. But different size. So these are the same shapes, but different sizes. One is bigger than the other. However, you notice the tick marks. We got 1 in each corner, 2 there, 3 there. So if back to a geometry proof or whatnot, This is referred to as angle, angle, angle similarity. All three angles are the same or correlate in each triangle. If they are similar, what that means is they are proportional. Okay, they're proportional. So what we can do is set up a little ratio here, and we look at the corresponding sides. The first thing you always want to do is make sure if this triangle is twisted, line it up to where it looks like it's in the same place. This one tick mark is in line with that one, and so on and so forth. So now we know that this side correlates with this side. So I can say 4 over 3 equals 5 over x or 7 over y. I'm going to do 5 over x. But 4 to 3 is our ratio. And then we can solve for x. But when we solve for y, we're also going to do the same thing. 4 over 3 equals 7 over y. And just notice that everything correlates. And then you can solve for both of them. 4x equals 15. So x is 15 over 4. Do the same thing here. Y equals 21 over 4. So similar triangles, same shape, different size. They're proportional, so therefore you can make a ratio to solve for them. And that is the end of lesson 18.